Then this young man realizes, yes, really I have so much of value with me. Only thing is that I'm not making use of this body. I'm just keeping my body idle, waiting for something to happen. So that is the situation with most of the people. Many people, they sit and cry saying that I don't have anything, I don't have anything. But the body is your biggest asset. Using this body, you can create miracles, you can make money, you can mint money. There are so many things. Only thing is that you're not actually channelizing your energies in proper direction. So if you start making use of your own body and your mind, and if you start utilizing your biggest resource in life, then there is nothing which is an impossibility. So the biggest resource that we have in our life is what? Time. Most of us, we don't make use of our time properly. So in a day, we have 24 hours. So even if you take out 8 to 10 hours for sleep, the remaining time is a time where we can actually make use of it. So we can use this resource, God-given resource. Means it's a finite thing. Every human being has a finite lifespan. They don't have infinite lifespan. You always have a illusion that we are going to live for long, and nobody knows that we have a finite amount of time, and the countdown has started the moment we came onto this earth. We are actually running, consuming time, and it is a one-way process. So once you exhaust your time, you cannot get it back. Money, if you lose money, again you can make money, but time, if you waste your time, you are never going to get back. So we all live with a false illusion that we are going to live for long. We never know when we are going to die. And some person dies, you see and feel sorry for that person, saying that, oh, this guy has died, but we don't know about ourselves. We take it for granted. We take time for granted, and that is the biggest mistake that we do. So the time we have, that is the biggest resource in our life. So if you have a heap of 2000 rupee notes, will you, I'll ask you, I'll give a heap of 2000 rupees notes, and I will ask you to put into the flame one after the other. Burn the currency. Will you do it? I mean, most of people will not do it. But we don't mind wasting our time. Such a precious time, we don't mind wasting. See, the value of time versus the value of 2000 rupees cannot be compared. 2000 is nothing but a fraction of the time that we have. Time is the most important asset, but we become so arrogant. We think we take time for granted and we waste it left and right. So you might be asking what I should do with my time. See, there are two ways you have to actually utilize your time. One is passive utilization of time, and the other one is active utilization of time. What is passive utilization and what is active utilization? Passive utilization of time is just time pass. So when you are actually watching a serial, TV serial, or just spending some time on social media, wherein you're not actually consuming time in an active manner, you're only entertaining. And who is getting entertained? Your eyes, your ears, your senses are enjoying this pleasure. Your inner being might not be enjoying it, only your sensory pleasures. So that is what is known as passive utilization of time. But active utilization of time means you can use your time either to acquire some knowledge or skills. Remember this point. Active utilization is all about using your time for gaining some knowledge or skills which can be useful in your life, or utilizing the knowledge and skills that you have already developed to deliver services. This is what is known as active utilization. So we hardly utilize our time in this manner. Please mute, please mute. So most of the time, we are either in a passive mode or in an unproductive manner. So we say that, okay, what we have to learn? You have to learn your life skills. So in order to be of some value in society, Your value is determined only by your knowledge and skills. If you go to a company, why will they give you a job? They'll give a job because of your knowledge and skills. So how did you get this knowledge and skill? It is because you have invested some time during your student life in terms of acquiring this knowledge and skills, right? But if you have not acquired these knowledge and skills in your school life or college life or education life, and if you have just wasted your time, do you expect a multinational company to pick you up and put you in a good job and pay lakhs of salaries? No, it won't do. So your worth is actually dependent on the knowledge and skills that you have with you. So if you want to earn money, you should have some kind of intrinsic value. Apart from the body you have, you should also have good amount of knowledge which is relevant, good amount of skills which is relevant, market relevant. So you should actually keep yourself completely in tune with the changing times. You have learned typewriting when you were young, but typewriters are no more existing. Gone are the days. But if you still stick to the same skill and say that, yes, I have proficiency in typewriting, so I want only this job, means you will never get a job. You have to keep yourself updated. In order to keep yourself updated, what you need to do? You need to continuously upgrade your skills by constantly acquiring knowledge and skills. So one way of making money is what? One way of making money is to pick up knowledge and skills which are market relevant. And it should be a continuous process. It's not enough that you learn something, forget and say, yes, I'm done. It's not going to work. Even if you're in government service, if you want to have a continuous escalation of career, then you need to have a continuous upgradation of your knowledge and skills. That will be possible only when you utilize your time in active manner. You need to relax. You need to get entertainment. There is nothing wrong. Only thing is that the proportion that you need to do. In your student life, when you are a student, when you are under the age of 20, 25, you should spend 80% of your time in terms of acquiring knowledge and skills. The remaining 20% for personal body care, entertainment, social gathering, like that for entertainment purpose, you can utilize. When you move into earning phase, first phase, the student phase is a learning phase. The second phase is an earning phase. Means you are going to earn. How you are going to earn? Either by doing business or by getting employed, wherein you are going to put all the knowledge and skills to use for doing giving service in turn you get paid. So during that time, your active life, your active utilization of time should be 70%, and remaining 30% you can use for passively. You can just watch TV, you can have some kind of fun and entertainment. When you move into reclining phase, earning phase, learning phase, earning phase, and reclining phase. Reclining phase comes after your retirement, maybe after 60, 65, maybe for some people 75, means they don't retire easily. Means it's not the employment I'm talking about. I'm talking about the profession or the active life. So during that phase, they have the liberty of utilizing their time in passive manner for 80% of the time, remaining 20%. So people might say, okay, I'm retired. Why? What I should do? You should invest your time in terms of actually making the spiritual progress. After you're done with your, after you're done with your materialistic obligations, family obligations, now the responsibility is for yourself, for the growth, spiritual evolution. You have to focus mostly on your spiritual growth. So we should invest our time. See, when we are in, maybe 20, 30% of the time we can put it on spiritual pursuit and the remaining on worldly life. But when you reach an age of 50, 50% of your time, your active time, not the sleep time, you should invest in terms of your spiritual pursuits, and the remaining 50% of the time You should use for materialistic gain. After you cross this phase, most of the time you have nothing to do this in this world, only investing on your own time. That is when you can do it. So my master, Grandmaster Chogyam Tsui, the founder of pranic healing, he has actually advised us saying that, so after you reach certain age, 50% of your time should be used for your spiritual activities and remaining 50% for your materialistic gain. And I have imbibed, I have taken it to myself. Now I've just reached 50. Now I put 50% of my time for my spiritual activities and the remaining 50% of the time for my business or other activities. So this is something which is a very, very worthwhile practicing it. So don't just spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes in meditation and say, yes, I'm practicing it. See, it should be minimum of your age. If you are 50 years, at least 50 minutes you practice meditation. Practicing meditation involves, practicing spirituality involves not only meditation, but also other things like you can be doing chanting, you can be doing recitations, or you could be gaining knowledge, spiritual knowledge by studying, by watching YouTube. Like that, today we have a lot of resources for actually gaining spiritual knowledge. So that is how you need to utilize. So what I want to say is, what is that you want in your life versus what is that you want from this life? In life, you want all materialistic things. For getting these materialistic things, you have to sell your services, or you have to surrender or exchange your services so that some people will give you money. That is how we actually do. Or make a product with your own make a product and then sell. That is how we gain money. So in order to get money from materialistic pursuits, we need to have knowledge and skills. In order to have good knowledge and skills which have market value, we need to invest our time. We need to put solid amount of time in terms of picking up skills which are relevant to our society. So that is how you need to make active utilization of time. So active utilization of time varies from different phases, from learning phase, earning phase, from declining phase. So finally, when you're done with all these activities, your focus should shift from the materialistic world to the spiritual world, wherein you put maximum amount of time in terms of making spiritual progress by doing a lot of meditations, by actually chanting, reciting, then you pick up knowledge. And sharing knowledge with other people is very, very important. It's not that you pick up knowledge and keep to yourself and enjoy your life. See, along your progress, along with you, you should take other people along with you. You cannot climb the ladder alone. We are in a spiritual path where there are some people above us and there are some people below us. We are a link between people above and below. So we need their hand to move up. We need people above us to move up. We should hold their hand like our gurus or masters. They have started the journey much earlier, so they are little advanced. So we should hold their hand while climbing up. At the same time, you have another hand where there are people who needs your help. Hold their hand and then be linked in a great chain, right? So this is what is about this slide. I would like translation, please. Ramanji and Leelaniji, take your turns.
Namaskar. செல்வம் சேர்ப்பது மட்டுமே வாழ்க்கையின் குறிக்கோள் அல்ல. ஒரு பைசா கூட நம்முடன் வராது. நல்ல கர்மா, சத்கர்மா, அதுவே நமக்கு பரிசுத்த ஆத்மாவை அளிக்கும். உபவாசம் இருப்பது போன்று உடலை வருத்திக் கொள்வது என்பது சரியல்ல. கடவுளே இதற்காக நம்மை உண்டாக்கவில்லை. உடலை நன்கு வைத்துக் கொண்டால் மட்டுமே இறைவனுக்கும் நம்மை பிடிக்கும். கடவுள் கொடுத்த உடலை வைத்துக் கொண்டு எவ்வளவோ செய்யலாம். ஏதோ ஒன்று நிகழும் என்று காத்திருக்க வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை. மிகப்பெரிய அருள் நமக்கு கிடைத்துள்ளது நேரமாகும். இதை இப்பொழுதே, இன்றே நம் உடலை பயன்படுத்தி முன்னேற ஆரம்பிக்கலாம். இரண்டாவது, டைம் வேஸ்டட் கேன் நெவர் பி காட். நமக்கு ஒரு வினாடி வீணாக செலவழித்தாலும் அது நமக்கு பெரிய நஷ்டத்தையே கொடுக்கும். நாம் ஒருவரும் சாஸ்வதமாக வாழப்போவதில்லை. எல்லோருக்கும் ஒரு முடிவு காலம் உண்டு. ஆகவே இப்பொழுதே நேரத்தை பயன்படுத்தி முன்னேறுவதற்கு நாம் முயற்சி செய்ய வேண்டும். மேலும் யாரோ ஒருவர் ஒரு 2000 ரூபாய் நோட்டை கொடுத்து நெருப்பில் போடு என்றால் நாம் தயங்குவோம். ஆனால் நாம் ஒவ்வொரு வினாடியும் வீணடித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம் என்பதை நாம் உணர்வதே இல்லை. நமக்கு டிவி பார்ப்பது, மொபைல் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது இவையெல்லாம் இன்பமாக இருக்கும். ஆனால் இதனால் மிகப்பெரிய லாபம் இல்லை. அதாவது இது எல்லாமே பயனுள்ள வேலை என்று சொல்ல முடியாது. நாம் செய்யும் பல வேலைகளில் சிலது பயனுள்ள வேலையாகவும் சிலது பயனற்ற வேலையாகவும் இருக்கும். ஆனால் நமக்கு உண்மையாக வாழ்க்கையில் முன்னேற வேண்டும் என்றோ ஆன்மீக வாழ்க்கையில் முன்னேற வேண்டும் இருந்தால் நமக்கு நாம் செய்ய வேண்டியது அறிவு, திறமை இவைகளை நாம் வளர்த்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும். நல்ல அறிவு, திறமை இருந்தால்தான் தற்காலத்தில் வாழ முடியும். உலகிற்கு இப்போது தேவையான திறமை, அதாவது நவீனமயமாக உள்ள உலகில் நமக்கு எந்த உலகிற்கும் தேவைப்படுமோ அந்த திறமையை நாம் வளர்த்து கொண்டு நம் நேரத்தை பயன்படுத்தி கொண்டால் நாம் நிச்சயமாக வாழ்க்கையில் முன்னேற முடியும். இரண்டாவது என்ன சொல்கிறார்? ஒரு மாணவ பருவத்தில் 80% நேரத்தை அறிவை வளர்த்து கொள்ள பயன்படுத்த வேண்டும். நம் எதுவா இருந்தாலும் நம் படிப்பு இவையெல்லாம் நம் வாழ்க்கையின் ஆன்மீக நாட்டத்திற்கு அடிப்படையாக இருக்க வேண்டும். பிராணிக் ஹீலிங் மாஸ்டர் ஒன்று சொன்னார் என்னவென்றால், ஒரு காலத்திற்கு பிறகு 50% நேரத்தை நம் இந்த வாழ்க்கையும் மீதிய 50% நேரத்தை பின் வாழ்க்கையும் பயன்படுத்த வேண்டும் என்று சொல்வார். அதாவது தியானம், ஆன்மீக அறிவு, பிராணாயாமம், வேதம் ஓதுதல் போன்றவற்றில் நாம் மனதை பயன்படுத்தி நேரத்தையும் உபயோகித்தால் நிச்சயமாக இந்த வாழ்க்கையை உயர்நிலை அடைவது மட்டுமன்றி ஆன்மீக வாழ்க்கையை முன்னேறலாம் என்பது உறுதி. தேங்க்ஸ்.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
प्रणाम। हमें यह जिंदगी से क्या चाहिए? हम उच्च उद्देश्य पाने के लिए जीना चाहिए, क्योंकि कोई भी भौतिक चीजें हमारे साथ नहीं आती। हम कोई भी भौतिक चीजें साथ लेके जाने वाले नहीं है। हमारे कर्म ही हमारे साथ आने वाले हैं। यही चांस है, यही मौका है कि हमें एक अच्छे कर्म करके हम इस शरीर में हम अपने अध्यात्म रूप से आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। हमारे शरीर को लेकिन इसलिए हमें हमारे शरीर को सजा नहीं देनी चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारा शरीर वह हमारी पूंजी है। हमारा शरीर बहुत ही कीमती है। एक छोटी सी कहानी है। एक आदमी था जिसके साथ कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं होता था और वो हमेशा भगवान जी को कोसते थे। तभी भगवान जी ने उनको सबक सिखाना चाहा और एक आदमी आके उन्होंने उनको कहा कि हमें आप अपने अंग दे दो, जैसे किडनी, आंखें आदि। तब उसे पता चला कि और उसके बदले वह पैसे देने को तैयार था, लेकिन तभी उसको पता चला कि मेरा शरीर कितना महत्व और कीमती है। इसीलिए हमारी जिंदगी में हमारी जो पूंजी है वो हमारा शरीर है। अगर हम रिसोर्स और टाइम, लेकिन हाँ, हमें भगवान ने जो प्राकृतिक समय दिया है उसका हमें बहुत उपयोग करना चाहिए, लेकिन हम समय की कदर नहीं करते हैं। सबको लगता है कि हमारे पास बहुत समय है, पर सीमित समय है हमारे पास बचा हुआ। इसीलिए हमें कब मौत आएगी इसका कोई निश्चित नहीं होता है। इसीलिए समय को बर्बाद नहीं करना चाहिए। समय 2 प्रकार से हम उसको वापर सकते हैं, जैसे पैसिव एक्टिवलाइजेशन टाइम, एक्टिव यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ टाइम, यानी समय का निष्क्रिय उपयोग और समय का सक्रिय उपयोग। नॉलेज एंड स्किल टू डेवलप, यानी ज्ञान और कौशल बढ़ाने के लिए हमें इसका उपयोग करना चाहिए, वह एक्टिव समय है। और जो हम ऐसे ही बैठ के जो समय करते हैं वो निष्क्रिय समय है। अगर पैसे कमाने हैं तो मेहनत, ज्ञान और कौशल ये इनका होना बहुत ही जरूरी है। तो जब आप जीवन में 3 भाग होते हैं, सीखने का समय यानी लर्निंग फेज, अर्निंग फेज एंड रिटायरमेंट फेज, रिक्लाइनिंग फेज। So that is सीखने का समय, कमाने का समय और सेवानिवृत्ति का समय। और उस तरह से एक्टिव और पैसिव जो समय होता है, निष्क्रिय और सक्रिय समय उपयोग करना चाहिए। ग्रैंड मास्टर चौकपसी, वो जो हमारे मास्टर के गुरु थे, उन्होंने यह कहा है कि 50% आध्यात्मिक गतिविधि के लिए और 50% हम अपने व्यापार और सामाजिक उद्देश्य के लिए हमें उपयोग करना चाहिए। ज्ञान और कौशल को विकसित करने के लिए बहुत समय देना चाहिए। अध्यात्म के लिए, यह अध्यात्म मार्ग में हमें कई लोग अध्यात्म से ऊपर उठे हुए मिलेंगे और हमसे नीचे अध्यात्म में दिखते पड़ेंगे, लेकिन हमें ऊपर उठे हुए लोग को हाथ पकड़ना चाहिए जैसे गुरु, और उनका हमेशा निरंतर उनके साथ रहना चाहिए। यह निरंतर जंजीर है जिसे हमें थामना चाहिए। थैंक यू।
Yeah, thank you.